Welcome to Market Recap Live. I'm your host, Joseph Martin, and I have an awesome show for you guys tonight. We are taking a look at ticker ORCL. You might know them better as Oracle Corporation. Oracle started in 1977 as a database software specialist. Now they are a global leader in AI cloud infrastructure and enterprise software. Oracle Corporation primary competitors are Microsoft, Amazon Web Services, and Salesforce. So today we are going to review Oracle Corporation earnings and take a look at their website. But first, we are streaming live on YouTube and Facebook. Let's get this chat going and tell us where you're tuning in from. Put a YT in the chat if you're tuning in from YouTube, and put an FB in the chat if you are tuning in from Facebook. That's a YT for YouTube and an FB for Facebook. We are building a community over here for people who want to become empowered and take control of their financial situation by learning how to unlock the wealth building power of the stock market. And we are streaming live Monday through Friday following trading sessions at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The U.S. stock market regular trading hours are 9:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And there's a link for the New York Stock Exchange calendar down in the description. All right. So let's get to it. Let's go ahead and pull up their website. All right. So we're going to go over to the Thinkorswim platform and go to Analyze. Right here in the symbol box, we're going to type in ORCL, the ticker symbol, and their website popped up. So let me show you that. Right here. So we're going to click their website. I'm going to bring that over and blow it up and get to it. All right, let me zoom in a little bit. I think that's good. Okay, then we go to me. No ticker. There we go. All right. Let's see if we... That's good. We'll land it right here while we do the earnings call. So Oracle Corporation, ticker symbol ORCL, the $470 billion company. That is not what that says. $470 billion cloud and software leader reported its third quarter 2026 earnings yesterday, March 10th. Oracle is listed in the software industry inside the information technology sector. They have a 52-week high of $345.72 and a 52-week low of $118.86, which is a trading range of $226.86, and closed today at the price of $163.12. Oracle's earnings report beat on the top line and delivered a beat on the bottom line, with cloud infrastructure revenue surging 84%. They reported revenue of $17.2 billion, which was higher than the market expectations of $16.92 billion. Their EPS were higher than the analyst and market expectations of $1.70 when they reported an adjusted EPS of $1.79. Oracle reported a GAAP net income of $3.7 billion, which is significantly higher than the $2.94 billion net income they reported this same quarter last year, which is an increase of 25.8%. So for the third fiscal quarter of 2025, their net profit was approximately 20.5% lower than it is compared to now a year later. Oracle's 52-week high of $345.72 took place in late 2025, and today the stock reached a daily high of $171.76. Despite the recent earnings beat, the stock remains in a consolidation phase. This represents a percentage decline of 52.8% over a span of approximately 6 months. So if someone invested $1,000 at that high in late 2025, 405, they would currently be seeing a loss of $528. The earnings were released after the market closed yesterday at 4:05 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, followed by a 5 p.m. conference call. Oracle also revealed a record $553 billion backlog in remaining performance obligations and raised their fiscal year 2027 revenue guidance to $90 billion. So now let's take a look at a couple of things on their website. We're going to go ahead and review this. So first, we like to browse over the website to get a feel and an idea of what the company does. So Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Oracle offers the highest performing cloud services at the lowest cost. That's why so many of the world's biggest technology companies use OCI, Oracle Cloud Infrastructure. Building the world's largest AI cloud, 1.2 billion watt Texas data center, 50,000 NVIDIA GPUs. Wow. That's another thing, man. This technology requires a lot of energy. And I think that's probably another reason why, this is just my personal opinion, the energy sector is booming right now. Because AI is booming, but they need the energy in order to run the AI. Multi-cloud AI database, Oracle AI database in every cloud, Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Oracle. Those are some large companies. Most advanced database technology, Oracle's autonomous and AI database software running on high-performance Exadata hardware is available in Amazon, Google, Microsoft, and Oracle cloud data centers all over the world. Pick the cloud you want to use, get the same low price everywhere. Oracle AI database in 200 plus data centers, AI data platform. So now we're just going to get to scrolling because we'll be reading all day. Fusion applications, DHL, health applications suite, industry specific applications. Okay, so now we're down at the bottom and I'm blocking some of this stuff. So let me take me off the screen. So we are looking for about something with the company and the investing information. And I do not see that down here. So let's go to the top. Maybe it's hidden. Let's go here. So we're looking about, we're trying to find something about the company, like about us. We are, here it is right here, company. Here it is. It's buried in their website. So about Oracle. Let's see if the investing says your news and events. About Oracle. Is the investing things in here? Yep. Okay. Everything is right here. So we got to go through all of these tabs to get to what we're looking for. So at the top, we have these lines right here. We click that. Then we go to company, about Oracle. I don't see it. Analyst report, careers, executive leadership. I guess most of the stuff they're talking about with the company is actually just on the website. So this is new to me. I haven't seen one where they didn't actually have a specific section just to tell you about the company. This is new. So let's just go to executive leadership. So Oracle leadership. I'm not going to read names because that'll be another pronunciation issue for me. These are easy. Ellison, Katz. There we go. Told you. It ain't going to take long to try to find out. I don't want to butcher these people's names. Those are two. Oh, so that's Allison. Duhart, Evans. Okay. All right. So this is going to be kind of quick because they don't even have an about the company that I didn't found. So let's just go to the investor relations. So here we go. New York Stock Exchange. So that's the exchange that Oracle trades on. Their ticker symbol ORCL. Stock price of $163.12. They went up $13.72 today, which was a percentage increase of 9.18%. Volume, they traded 83 million shares today. Today's open was $166.30. $1.08, and the previous close was $149.40. Okay, so let's see if we can find some more details of the stock information. Learn how Oracle closes its books and reports earnings in less than 10 workdays. So this was a website I really needed to go over before I did this live stream, so I could find these things. Here's about Oracle. So they have this in the investor section, and then detailed chart view. So this is how we get into the stock information, this little part right here. But this is the about Oracle I was looking for. It was in the investor situation. So let's click that. Our mission is to help people see data in new ways, discover insights, unlock endless possibilities. For more than 4 decades, we've delivered innovations that have helped build industries. Put me back on the screen. Build entire industries. The following facts and figures highlight some of the many ways we continue to deliver innovations for our customers, partners, and communities. About Oracle: customer highlights, investor relations, leadership, Oracle newsroom, corporate responsibility, careers. Birth of Silicon Valley startup. So I'm blocking that so you can see it. 1977. Engineers: Larry Ellison, Bob Miner, Ed Oates found software development laboratories. Their first office is 900 square feet in Santa Clara, California. Oracle sees the future and Oracle goes public. So they became available to be traded on the NASDAQ exchange with the same ticker symbol ORCL in 1986. All right, so let's go to investor relations. We're going to see right here where it says detailed chart view. Let me put me back on the screen. Detailed chart view, we're going to click that. And then they're going to give us some more stock information. Here we go. All right. So we got the volume. Today's high was $171.76. 52-week high, $345.72, which is what we talked about in the earnings highlights we did today. We didn't talk about today's low. So they had a low of $160.58. The market cap is $468.66 billion. And here is a stock chart built onto their website. I don't see if we can change the style. Here's the date range. So this is a 3-month chart, and they're using a line chart. I don't see where we can change the style. So it looks like they just have it set that way. Some websites give you the ability to adjust it to your preference, but this one looks like it's set. Okay, so I think we're good on Oracle. Let's go ahead and go to the charts. So let's go here, close this out, and go to the charts. Okay, so they gapped up today. So even though this candle is red, I'm looking at this is a 1-year, 1-day candle chart. So I'm gonna zoom in, and today they gapped up. So yesterday they closed. Let me put the floating data box on so you can follow me easier. So I go into the settings, cut on floating, apply, and we mouse over yesterday's close. So yesterday they closed at $149.40. And then today they opened here, this top part of the red candle on the body of the candle. They opened at $166.38. They hit a high, which is the top of this wick, of $171.76, and they didn't come any lower than this low of $160.58. So they jumped up. So if this low, 148 to 60, about $12. So it was a $12 jump overnight from that earnings. From the day they came out with earnings to the next day was a price change from the close to the low of about $12. And it hasn't came back down. It might fill that gap, who knows, but that's where it is right now. So that's what we're seeing on the chart. Let me look at the volume. The volume is higher today than it was yesterday. And even the percentile for the volume is extremely high. If you don't know what that is, this is an indicator that I use that tells me how many trading days out of the week. Is this days? Let's say 252. I need to look at that. But basically what it's saying, out of the trading range that I have it set on, only 2 of the trading days had more volume than the volume they had today, which is significant. They had an extremely large amount of trading volume today. All right, let's see where we at now. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's move on. All right, so the website links for your convenience down in the description. I have the websites of the companies that we're going to be looking at today. You know what? I didn't update that. We have Oracle in here, but I don't have the websites for the highs and the lows. I did not. I got to put that in my notes, so I need to make sure I do that. Okay, the chat, we good on the chat. And community support. Back to the community. I would appreciate it very much if you guys share the stream, hit the like button, subscribe. If you wish to send a monetary gift to support the content, Cash App and PayPal links are down in the description, as well as on the ticker on the bottom of the screen. Now, for the mobile limitations, before we look at the charts again, remember, professionals trade from a computer, not a mobile device. Mobile trading apps are limited. You lose critical detail and advanced platform features on a mobile screen. So be advised, trading from your phone is usually the least effective way for managing your assets. They are usually the least effective way. So to see every detail, use a full trading platform and watch these streams on a computer or your TV. Only use your phone as a last resort. Okay. So let's look at the S&P 500 index and see what they did today by looking at the SPY ETF. So let's zoom out of here. We're going to go over to the symbol box and type in SPY. This is the S&P 500 ETF. And we're going to zoom in and see what they did today. We already have the floating data box up. So we're looking at this red candle right here. So this is where they opened at the top of the body of this candle. They opened at $677.58. They closed at the bottom of the body. So they closed at $676.33. They had a high of $680.08, which is at the top of the wick, and at the bottom of the wick, which is the low, it was $673.34. We go down to the trading volume. They traded 68 million shares today. So that's how the SPY performed today. And they're still consolidating in this trading range that it's been in for the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 months. Basically been trading sideways. Okay, so let's move on. So this ETF gives investors an opportunity to participate in the index performance, the S&P 500 index, because you can't invest in index directly. So you can use this ETF to participate and track the index's performance. Okay, now let's look at today's winners and losers. This is my favorite part of the show. I think it's the easiest too. It's my favorite part. So we're going to go up to Market Watch. And we're going to go right here. And we're going to pull up the S&P 500 watch list. And then we need to change this column set to Market Recap. Change the percentage change. And there we go. So the biggest loser for today, because we want to end on a high note, so we talk about the losers first, is ticker FICO. Looks like the company's name is Fair Isaac Corporation. So today, this is an expensive stock. Seems okay. So the previous close was $1,285.15. Today, they closed at $1,165.23. And they had a percentage loss of 9.33%. So let's pull up our calculator. If someone invested $1,000 yesterday at this previous closing price and lost that 9.33%, it would be times 0.0933. They would have lost $93.30. Negate that, add $1,000 back. This is what you would have been left with from your $1,000 investment, $906.70. So let's take a deeper look at the company. So I already selected it. We're going to go over to analyze. So we can see that ticker symbol FICO, FICO, is in the information technology sector. If I take me off the screen for a second, here's their website. The name of the company is Fair Isaac Corporation. So we're going to read a little bit of this. We're not going to read everything. We're going to read some of this, and then we're going to visit their website. So Fair Isaac Corporation provides analytics software in the Americas, Europe, the Middle East, Africa, and the Asia Pacific. It operates through two segments, scores and software. The scores segment offers business-to-business scoring solutions and services that give clients access to predictive credit and other scores that can be integrated into their transaction streams and decision-making processes, as well as business-to-consumer scoring solutions comprising myfico.com subscription offerings. Its software segment provides pre-configured analytic and decision management solution designed for various business needs or processes, such as account origination, customer management, customer engagement, fraud detection, and marketing, as well as associated professional services. All right, that's as much as I'm going to read with that. So let me put me back on the screen and let's move on. So let's pull up their website. I click on the website. Let's bring it over. Blow it up. FICO. All right. Get your credit together. Okay. Blow this up. F11. There we go. All right. So we're on the website. We're looking to find out what we can find out about this company. Reject non-essential. Let's get that off the screen. So we're just going to scroll over. We know that this has to do with credit. So this is something you can invest in, or someone can invest in through the stock market dealing with that. So let's see what we got going on here before we find out about the company and if they're investing information from their website. So FICO for consumers. Your FICO score from FICO. 90% of top lenders use FICO scores. Do you know yours? So you can use the website to check your FICO score. FICO and Exactus announced multi-year partnership to deliver FICO Mortgage Direct License Program. Gartner. 2026 Gartner Magic Quadrant for Decision Intelligence Platforms. Man, they got AI everywhere. FICO score 10T decisively beats Vantage score 4.0 on predictability. Cross country mortgage. She happy. She really happy. She got her a place to stay. It made her heart hurt. Problem solve. Attract and engage. Onboard. Originate. They got a lot of pictures on here. AI giving high fives, robots. Okay. All right. So we down at the bottom right here. Here's the company information, about us, and investors. So let's go to about us. See how much easier this was to find than on the Oracle website. It was just like that. So about us, FICO. So they trade on the New York Stock Exchange. Ticker symbol, easy to remember, FICO. Is a leading analytics software company helping businesses in 80+ countries make better decisions that drive higher levels of growth, profitability, and consumer satisfaction. Customer satisfaction. Powering decisions that help people and businesses around the world prosper. So let me tell on myself. I'm wearing this hat to cover up my Velcro head because my hair is starting to grow back, but it's too soon to shave. And this boy is hot and it's cooking my brain, but I don't want to take it off. So that's why I'm mumbling a little bit. I'm feeling like sweat is beating up and about to leak up out of this hat. So that's what's going on. It's just in case you was curious. Fortune 500 clients. FICO clients include more than half of the top 100 banks in the world, more than 600 personal and commercial line insurers in North America and Europe, including the top 10 U.S. personal lines insurers. This is one long sentence. I only was going to read this because I thought it was going to be broken up. That's one long sentence. A global presence. Learn more about FICO. Do you know? Across industries around the world, FICO helps businesses make billions of better decisions every year. Okay, I'm ready to look at their investment information. So it should be down here at the bottom. We go back and we click on investors. So investors, view annual reports, stock information, press releases, and updated financials. So stock information. Right here, we can already tell if you've been following along that this is a mountain chart. And they do give you the ability to change these. So we're going to put them on candlesticks. We can zoom in. So we can either use the Thinkorswim platform or any other brokerage charting software to look at what's going on with this company and just type in the ticker symbol FICO, F-I-C-O. And we're looking at a 1-year daily chart. So we can change it to weekly. We can change it to monthly. And this is a familiar tool that I've seen or that we featured on this live stream when we do this. So I'm familiar with this tool, but you can adjust this or customize this to your own liking for you to be able to use this. Meet our team, Will Lansing. They don't have pictures. So this is one of the first ones I've seen where they've had their leadership and didn't have pictures. That's interesting. You got to click on their name for their picture to show. They don't even show their name when you click on their picture. Wow. Let's see if we can go back. Just go to investors, the stock information. So even though they have this graph here, I noticed something. They didn't really have the stock information. Like on the other websites, you saw how it had the highs for today, the low, the 52-week low. They just got the chart slapped up here. They don't even have the information like front and center. Wow. Okay. All right. Let's go back to the Thinkorswim platform. Close this out. Market watch. So now we are going to look at today's biggest winner. So click percentage change. Here we go. Ticker symbol MOS, the Mosaic company. I think that's what code stands for. All right. So yesterday's close was $26.48. Today they closed at $29.15. So they had a 10% percentage change. So because we use 1,000 as an example, this is going to be $100.80 if I'm not mistaken, but we're just going to go ahead and do the math so you can see this real quick. So $1,000, if someone's to invest $1,000, that's going to be times 0.1008. $100.80. This would have been what they made if they had the purchase price, got the shares at the $26.48 from the previous close, and sold those shares at the last price of $29.15. So this would be the ROI, $100.80 on their $1,000 investment. So let's go ahead and click this company and get more details about it and look at their website. So the ticker symbol MOS is in the materials sector. And the name of the company is the Mosaic company right here. Here's the website. We are in the company profile section. So let's read a little bit about this company. The Mosaic company, through its subsidiaries, produces and markets concentrated phosphate and potash crop nutrients. It operates in 3 segments: phosphates, potash, and Mosaic fertilizants. Fertilizant. I'm gonna look that up. The company owns and operates mines and production facilities which produce concentrated phosphate crop nutrients and phosphate-based animal feed ingredients, as well as concentrated phosphate crop nutrients such as diammonium phosphate, monoammonium phosphate. Boy, y'all in for a treat, huh? When I get to mumbling trying to read this stuff. A value-added ammoniated phosphate product. It also mines, processes, and sells potash to crop nutrient manufacturers, distributors, retailers, and to consumers for industrial use. Semicolon. So still making me read. and owns and operates mines, chemical plants, crop nutrients, blending and bagging facilities, port terminals, and warehouses, which produce and sell concentrated phosphate and potash-based crop nutrients. I see a period. Thank gosh. Crop nutrients and phosphate-based animal feed ingredients. We are done, especially me. Especially me. So let's go ahead and go to their website. I'm going to pull that up, drag that over. Let me put that on the screen for you. Here we are. Let's blow this up some. Boom, boom. All right, so we're going to scroll over this website to see what we can find. So I can immediately see that the investors' information is at the top, and about, and our business. So their information is front and center, real easy to find. I like it when they had a website set up like that. I like it. So announcing the Mosaic Company Foundation for Sustainable Food Systems. Learn more. Our business, Mosaic Mines, produces and distributes millions of tons of tons of high quality potash and phosphates products each year. Without fertilizers, the world's crop yields would be cut in half. And farmers around the world look to Mosaic to help keep their soils healthy, to nourish their crops, and to maximize their yields. So here's my personal opinion about this investment right here. This is a high demand product, and they just told you why. They provide something to the market where without what they're offering, the world's crop yields would be cut in half. So this means they have a very large customer base. This is fantastic. Not saying, I'm not endorsing the company, not saying you should buy it. I'm just saying in the particular sense of it makes sense knowing how a company makes their money and what type of demand there is for the goods and services that they offer to their customers. This is a huge demand for their company. That doesn't mean that they're profitable. This doesn't mean you won't lose money if you invest in them. That's not what that means. But this does mean that there's a demand for what they do. Our responsibility from mine to market, we are working to minimize our negative impacts and maximize the value we deliver to diverse stakeholders around the globe. State of the business report, sustainability report, investors. Mosaic focuses on disciplined capital allocation and operational excellence to deliver strong financial performance and meaningful returns to our shareholders. Okay, products. From our performance fertilizers designed to provide advanced crop nutrition to top quality commodity offerings, our products are optimized to take advantage of today's most advanced plant genetics, crop protection, and equipment technologies. All right, now I'm just scrolling. So at the bottom of the page, let me take me off the screen so you can see it. They have the stock information down here in the corner, which is cool. But we're going to actually go to the investors section now. Oh, no, we're going to do that last. So let's go to about. Nope, our business. So they got the leaders, our strategy. Let's go to our principles. That's what I want to see. Our principles. Our principles, our mission. Put me back on the screen. We help the world grow the food it needs. Our principles. And I think we talked, I know we did. We talked about this on another live stream. I don't remember which one it was, but I was talking about beef. Like if somebody eats meat, they eat beef, pork, or whatever. Those beef farms, those cows have to eat too. So when they're talking about this fertilizer, this just isn't for fertilizing food that we eat. This is the fertilized food that what we eat eats, if that makes sense. So we eat the cow, and then the cow is eating other food, like the grass or whatever they feed in the cow. They have to provide that food for the cow too. And then we eating the cow and other stuff that they grow that the cow eats too. It's a big cycle. So like knowing how these businesses and these companies work together and what they provide in our economy and our system is good to know as an investor. So our principle, these principles guide our decision-making and actions individually and collectively, helping us deliver on our mission. We are responsible, reliable, future-focused, inspiring every employee to do the right thing safely and responsibly. That's very good. Reliable, meeting our customers' needs with high-quality products. Future-focused, improving crop yields through our innovation and expertise. Great. Okay, now we're going to go to the investor section. Investors, corporate profile. This is very small. And I done already blew up the website. Let me see if I can zoom in anymore. No, it sized back down. So I'll blow that back up. But this stock section right here is very small. It was larger on the bottom of the page. Is it still down there? Yep. It's larger down here than it is at the top. But let's see if we can dig through the website to find more stock information. Corporate profile. Our mission is to help the world grow the food it needs. Stock information. So we're going to look through here. Overview, press releases, events, stock information right here. Oh, and they pay dividends. So we can see that right here. So click on stock information. Stock information. All right. So they trade on the New York Stock Exchange, ticker symbol MOS. And here's the stock quote information. Today's price, the change. So they changed by $2.67, which was the increase of 10.08%. The trading volume, they traded roughly 15.5 million shares today. The intraday high was $29.23. The 52-week low, $38.23. Intraday low, so this would be the bottom wick of the candle, $27.22. 52-week low was $22.36. Today's open was $27.26, and previous close was $26.48. Here's the stock. This is bright. I haven't seen these colors used on a website before for the stock information, but this is similar to, I think, what Oracle had. So we can't adjust the style of the chart to turn it into candles and mountain like we did with the other company we just looked at. What was that? FICO? Yeah, FICO. You can change the time frame. So that's 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 1 year, et cetera, et cetera. Historical quote. So they had that information down here, and they have the investment calculator on their website. Quick links. Okay. All right, I think that's pretty good. I think we can go ahead and wrap this up. So let's go back to the main screen. Here we are. Okay. So you already know. I hope that you learned something, and I hope that you earned something. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. If you haven't done so already, make sure you check out the whole life insurance link I have down in the description. And make sure you tune in weekdays following a market trading session at 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Take care and God bless.